Before the break, we were handed a new resolution by Alderperson Alexander, and when Mr. Weaver took a moment to read over it, Mr. Weaver, you have any comments to make about it?
No, I took a moment to look at it. I don't see that there's anything inappropriate about it. There's one word that I mentioned to Alderwoman in regard to it says ordained, and it should probably be resolved. The council said she was take the action and asked her about what her intent was, simply to make sure that I understood what I was reading to mean her intent. And I guess she can explain her intent to the council, and then the council can choose to take its action as it feels appropriate. But it appears that from my reading of it, it does what she intends if the council so takes action to approve it.
Okay. Motion to open for discussion on this, or motion to
discuss.
Yes,
Second.
Go ahead. Made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, go ahead, Mr. Powell.
Are we directing anything in here as far as, I mean, if we read this resolution, is it just going to sit here, or are we directing this to be hand carried to Little Rock, or I haven't had a eye glance that says that yes, somebody's going to ensure that this gets to the right place, that's read into the legislative record expediently.
Shall
I
I
think that's the intent.
just set
Go
up
ahead.
it will be, this will be placed in the packet to be delivered to the state. It's part of the Act 74 resolution, which most of us received via a fax to Tim Parker from Ramona Wilson, where she and Randy Leverty had taken the aforementioned bill and reworked the draft to suit the new needs of the resolution. So this is basically just putting it into a more legible language for the government to read. It'll go in the packet, showing our support, opposition, to the Carnegie Library in specific, as challenged by the Quorum Court.
Okay. Any further discussion? All right. Is that a yes you want to talk about? Okay. All right. No other discussion. The motion's been made and seconded. Discussion's over with. We need a vote on the resolution requesting the General Assembly to oppose any bill endorsed. And yeah, Mr. Berry, go ahead. Yeah, this.
It's kind of ironic that if we pass this, we're not going to wait and get any public comments from anybody. After I've been hearing all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I think I'm all for what we're doing here, and I certainly can support this. I wasn't aware that the Quorum Court had already voted
7-4.
to endorse this, so
Yes,
you know
sir.
I can see where the possible emergency might be, but I just thought it was kind of ironic here that
It was brought
From
to us
here.
by the public, so they've had their input.
I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know.
I make a motion, we assign a resolution number and read it.
I would make with the mayor's permission, a suggestion that you say in your motion that you change
yes.
the word ordained to resolve. Since you want it to be
Passed on
consistent
what?
with resolution,
Yes, on the last page.
resolved.
Result
Passed and resolved.
as amended.
Okay, motion been made and seconded to pass this, to adopt this resolution with the amendment on the last page where it says passed and ordained be changed to passed and resolved by the City Council, Eureka Springs, Arkansas, on blank day of 2011. Call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Yeah, we will need a number. Motion to post the number on the resolution.
I'll make a motion.
Motion been made and seconded to attach a number to this. Is the resolution numbers and the ordinance numbers different?
They're different.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, very good.
577.
577 is the number attached to this resolution. All right, if you'll go ahead and read it. So now we need to vote on the resolution with the number attached to it. All right. Motion to adopt resolution 577. Motion been made, seconded.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Ms. Clerk, when you get ready, read this in the record.
One more thing.
Resolution 577, a resolution requesting the Arkansas General Assembly to oppose any bill endorsed by the Carroll County Quorum Court regarding revenue allocation in counties with more than one judicial district. Whereas the Carroll County Quorum Court voted to endorse a draft of a proposed Arkansas legislative bill by Representative Brian King for an act to be entitled An Act Regarding Revenue Allocation in Counties with More Than One Judicial District. And whereas this proposed act would repeal Unified Sections 14 and 18 through 21 of Act 74 of 1883 and amend the Arkansas Code Title 14, Chapter 14, Subchapter 1 to read as follows. 14-14-112, Allocation of Revenue. A county that contains within its boundary a circuit court composed of either an east and a west or a north and a south judicial district that was created in 1883 shall enact an ordinance to establish that revenue received by the county shall be allocated for the entire county and shall not be divided by the judicial district in which the revenues were collected. And whereas the Arkansas Supreme Court has cited Act 74 of 1883 to be in effect and lawful in recent rulings pertaining to Carroll County, and whereas the Eureka Springs Carnegie Free Public Library has recently filed a lawsuit challenging the Carroll County Quorum Court pertaining to current and past Carroll County tax allocations, and whereas the citizens of Eureka Springs as residents of the judicial seat of the Western District of Carroll County will have their allocation for county services negatively impacted now and in the future. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, that it is respectively requested, respectfully,
We'll change that, perhaps. Respectfully?
that the General Assembly of the Arkansas State Legislature oppose any bill that seeks to alter the allocation of revenues in Carroll County or any county with more than one judicial district according to Act 74 of 1883. Passed and resolved by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Motion to adopt 577 is read.
It's done.
Done? All right. Just making sure. Covering all my bases. Yes, ma'am.
A question.
All right.
In this last paragraph, that it is respectively requested? Was that how it needs to read?
Respectfully.
Respectfully would be it, right?
Do we need a motion to change that?
Yes, we do need a motion to change
Okay,
this.
I
This
move
is
to
part of-
change the word respectively in the last paragraph to respectfully.
Motion been made, and is there a second? Made and seconded to change respectfully to respectively to respectfully. I got me sideways now. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. It doesn't have to be read as amended, does it? Okay. All right. And the second part of that, I believe, was a resolution 484. Mr. Pownell.
484, is that the number? I would request that we postpone this. I really want the council to have a chance to review this. This resolution sets fees that we've been charging for almost 10 years now.
12 years.
It needs to be at least reviewed and a new, because it's referenced in all of the applications that are affected by doing business in Eureka Springs. I would respectfully request to be added to the next agenda for action under a new resolution after consideration of whether there needs to be an increase or
I'd
not.
second that.
Motion been made and seconded to take this one off of the agenda and add to the next agenda, quorum court meeting. Quorum court. There I go again. I'm trying to get rid of that hat. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of that hat. I really am. Sometimes it just flips over. Okay. Yeah, not to be associated with the last decision they made. Okay, because I do not agree with that. Okay. Move this from the agenda. Place it on the next city council agenda. Need a motion. Need a vote on this one. We discussed. Is there any other discussion before we vote on this? All right. Need a vote. Voice vote.
Aye.
Any,
Aye.
all right, any opposed? Okay. All right. Motion carried. Is there anything else on new business? If not, it is the city council comments. We'll start at Ms. Balance. We'll go around the table that way.
Once again, I'd like to thank the citizens who have applied for our commissions. We appreciate that. I would like to echo the concerns of my colleague who mentioned the emergencies. I'd like to see as few of those happen as possible at this table. So I hope we can work together toward that goal.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Berry?
Amendment me.
Mr. DeVito?
I'll just reinforce what Mr. Berry said about what we just got done doing by passing a resolution that the public had no notice of in a meeting that we made note of that very same procedure. You were elected to represent the people, and often, maybe not oftentimes, I'll rephrase that, but sometimes things come up that require your decisions at the table in a expedient manner. And that's what you were elected for, because the public cannot be here all the time. They've empowered you to make these decisions for them. That's in no mean discounting the input from the public, and I encourage the public to stay engaged with their government because we're only as effective as everybody involved in this decision. But there are those occasions where you will have to make a decision, and this was an example of that. So, you know, the laws were not brought down by Solomon. They're made by people like you and I, and if that doesn't scare you, then nothing will.
Thanks, sir.
That's it.
Ms. Alexander?
I think I'll hear the conversation for just a moment and say that I agree. And I know because I was in the middle of that tonight, but there are times that we need to go ahead and state the way we wish things would be. Doesn't mean they'll be that way. We all know that. But in the perfect world, we are allowed to state the way we would like to see things